Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. In the last part we were working on this area up here where we built a construction office, a gas station and a fire station to make sure everything is kept safe. And what I want to do in this part is continue expanding this because we're now on the 16th of October, and what I would like to do is get the agro farm in and working before we get round to the next sowing season. And I've been kind of looking at this area here. Now I was considering expanding up into this area with fields as well, but I'm thinking that maybe I need to put the farm down in this area here, but I don't really want to squeeze down too much that way. So what I'm thinking is if we put the agro farm here, the silo is going to be on that side, isn't it? Because I want to put in one silo attached to the farm, and then I'm going to put the farm there, and then what I want to do then is also take out a road through here. No, cancel. Don't want electronics here. I just want so we're going to take an asphalt road through like that. Make sure these all get picked up by the construction offices. Assign you. And I think we'll assign you and the Drayton road crew to this. I mean, ideally I wouldn't mind these guys working on something as well. And the road crew. What office is this? This is the... can't even pronounce that. I think I've got a little bit of cash, but do I really want to get this? I really want is this for planning, but then I've already pushed this road out about as far as I can go. So I mean, have I got any spare trucks sat around doing nothing? Certainly send out an open hole out here, and I think we will. I don't think we want to give them workers. I think we're just. I mean, they're gonna have to come a long way to get gravel. I suppose that's the way it is. You can go to the asphalt plant. I think gravel and asphalt for the moment. This will just be a road crew. As far as I don't think I've got any more trucks around here. We got this crew actually sat around doing nothing. This is the Drayton road crew. And of course, one of the big projects they're working on is right out here. Let me just shoot out here, where we're building our major bridge across to the islands here. I mean we're getting there. I mean, as I say, it's going to take a long time. That is very much a long-term project. Let me just flick back. What I want to do at the moment is just get this up and running, and obviously get this conveyor belt system finished as well, so we can start thinking about getting some rail construction here. But we're going to need to build this as well. This is going to need 75 tons of steel. It's going to be a bit tight. I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy not personal car. I'm just going to buy a couple of dumpers for up here. And then what we'll do is we'll assign you to these. And what you can do is just provide the support for delivering goods to here for the moment. The Drayton road crew over here. How many pavers have you got? Okay, let me just open this up. Now, I don't think I actually need pavers out here just at the moment. Just want to get this built. And of course, what we can do is plan our fields out here. I just want a quick check. We can't use big fields because they're just, well, too big. So we're going to have to go for mediums. I get one. If I get one in about there, maybe one there. Got one here. Our money's dropping again. Yeah, we're gonna have to come across to there and just hook you up like that. And I suppose I better send can't. Okay. That's okay, we can build this and then build a road through here. And all I really want for next season is these some things operating in this area. Money's dropping again, which is a cause for concern. What are we actually importing now? Electronics again. How's the crops going here? I mean, these silos are nearly full. We've still got quite a lot of crops to bring in. I think these are all completed because these trucks are back in their depots. So we've got 134 tons in there. I think we've got a bit more out here. This truck is picking up. Oh, they're still delivering. Wow. Right, you're full. You're full. I think this truck is coming up to... Nope, they're trying to deliver as well. Okay, we're gonna have to unload. I'm gonna lose some crops here if I'm not careful. I really think I'm gonna need to get this built. What's this one? This crops back up. Are you on max crop up? Yep. It's 90%. Wish there was a way that you could actually make that go to 100%. Okay. What is this? This is the grain storage. Let me just... Crops back up. Crops overload. Now we're just going to have to put up with what we've got. I mean, we are taking crops away from here, but they're not just coming out particularly that quickly. I mean, what have we got over here? Right, this is feeding the agro farm. Yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll give these guys a drop off here. Unload 90%. Well, they're off somewhere. Where are you going? Okay, what do I just do? Oh, I think what happened is because it was on load, they've actually gone out and they're going to move stuff from there to there. But that's not a problem because we can still put more stuff back into there later on. Yeah, so... Right. Let me just check this here. Right, this one's nearly finished. And how we're doing up over here. Oops, that's the rail track. Right, guys, I want you to build this and this. Put the Drayton Road crew on that. And hopefully what that will do is just bring a paver over here to finish this. And we certainly want that built, so Volno and the Drayton Road crew, and keep all three of them working on this hard. I mean, we got this being built as well. Of course, this is going to be the road to our new major city, which will be up here. I'll draw here. Because there's going to be uranium over there, plus we've got oil up there and iron. So eventually we'll probably be building a bridge out here to get even more iron from down these islands here. So eventually what we'll probably have up here is the steel plant, just to drive the economy even harder. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, plastics need steel, electronic components need steel and plastics and chemicals. Then we got the electronics assembly hall, which needs electro components, plastics and mechanics. So what I'll probably be doing eventually is building up our advanced manufacturing in this area, and then just use this city over here to provide the steel and mechanical components, because we got the rail line that will flow out around there as well. So okay, need workers here, so we got workers on here now. Yep, build that for me please. So what jobs have we got going? Have you got any jobs? You've got absolutely no jobs at all. What we're going to do is assign this to you, because we've got to build this so that when our construction trains come out here they can pass through there. We might as well get this built. And of course, when we've got access to the farm up here, we will get this built as well. Actually, just assign you to get you assigned to this as well. Right, this is being built. I mean, I suppose what I could do is buy a roller here. Buy a roller out here. Are these cheap? Yeah, it's only 8,000. That might actually be a bit too late for that game, for this, but okay. Right, this is built, so we need the expansion contractor on this, and I think what we'll do is we'll get everybody working on this. I do need to have this up and running before the spring, and we do need these roads built as well. Part of me says and we need these roads built into here as well. I mean, ideally what I would, and of course we need the distribution office built here. Oops, there's nothing assigned to this distribution office. Well, okay, what's up with this road here? I think in the first season what we're going to have to do is use a standard profile here for our farm, because we won't have that many fields to harvest anyway. Right, let me just go in here. We're now in November. I think we've got virtually everything. Yeah, so it looks like we've got everything in now. Everything's harvested. What we need to do now is put these guys into supply mode. So you now, where are you? Load it, pick up. So your job now is to keep this supplied with crops and also over here so that we can keep our food production going. Just have a quick check, make sure. Yes, the crops are flowing in here. We got the food coming in here. Now, I am thinking about what I'm going to need for another food factory, but I don't really want to build a food factory out here, because I think what I'd rather prefer is to have small food factories supplying regional centres and just and what I'd like to do is just ship the crops around. The other thing I would also like to do is actually, once this is up and running, is to bring crops into here rather than importing the crops, which will then reduce the amount of money that I'm going to be spending in imports. Okay, this is now built. What have you got here? We've got an unfinished conveyor here. Where's that? Okay, so we're just building this section here. I think we can. Right, we're now moving into here. Of course, everything's going to slow down now for winter, because it's going to take a lot longer to get vehicles out here. But what I want to do this winter, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to include it in this video, is I want to see what is being covered by my tech services. Because I got a horrible, what have we got here? Gymnasium. Do we have a need for sport? I know I'm overloading my construction offices again. Something's telling me I'm going to need a tech services out here, because we're not really covering this side of the city. We got a little bit of space here. We got like a footpath coming out here. So let me just look at roads, isn't it? Tech services, technical services. If I put, say we're not going to expand this way. But we've got power supplies there, so I don't really want to impinge on that. Yeah, and I made a mistake there. We've got a little bit of a space here we're not using. Okay. Let's zoom out. What's the infrastructure? There's power cables there, which I've built. I think maybe we can just put the tech services in here. But then again, it's overlapping. I think maybe if we put it here, when they are spreading up into this area. Wow, okay, what have I got here? Wow. Didn't notice that. Well, that was a close one thing. I'm just wondering if I put the tech services maybe here. Well, it's going to be a bit too late for... Oh, you're kidding me. Ah, okay, that's no good. Get rid of you. I don't want tech services over there, and I don't want to crowd that. That's full. That's full. I mean, we could put some there, but my instinct is to maybe have them out here, but they're probably a bit too far away from here. I mean, we could put some in here. Yeah, I think we're going to have to put say maybe something like this. Actually, if I put this here, we got fire again. Fire in winter is always a big issue, because it takes time for the fire trucks to get there, like in the moment. Come on, guys. Oh, they got here. I didn't see them. What I'm going to do here is we're going to put a road out like this. The reason I'm putting a road here is that we may want to put another warehouse or something here for rails. So I'm just going to assign you to the Volno road crew. And then what we'll do is we'll build this tech services and then connect them all in. This is being built. Right, we've got this being built. And the limiting factor again is steel. Oh. Okay. You give the assist to them. How are we doing? Right, we're in December. The money's still holding up a little bit. Okay, we've got a sky crane there. Oh, one thing I did find out is if I come over here, if I click on here, you'll see I've got some A1, A2 tower cranes. And I had a tower crane in here, and this construction yard was never ever using it. I come in here, B2 tower cranes. It's this B2 one, so I'm not exactly too sure what open hole actually carries that. So what I actually did is I sold the B2 and kept the A1 and bought an A1 and an A2 tower cranes. And it seems that the open holes that I've got here are able to do that work. Loads of... I'm kind of think I would like to press these trucks into... And then do I really need to? What I'll do is I'll actually take one of these dump trucks from here and send it over there. Okay. And I'm just going to add you to this one. So that gives me 2 dump trucks. Where have you been? Where you come from? Oh, Volno crew, road crew. Wow. You've come a long way. Anyway, this is going up quite quickly. This is quite literally throwing this up actually, which is really good. Let's keep building. I just want to keep an eye on how's the coal situation. I mean, I'm very much taking my heating for granted, and that could be a big mistake in this game if you start taking things for granted, because that's when the game actually turns you over. One thing we can do is I want to limit the amounts. So we got boards, prefabs and steel. So we don't need bricks, as far as I know. We don't need, because everything we're going to be doing is, so we don't need boards. We certainly don't need uranium. So we got 50/50s. We got 556 tons of. We're never going to get 558 tons of steel. In fact, I think what we're going to have to do is limit this a little bit with the uranium. So let's just get that here. Just want to check. This just needs gravel and prefabs and steel. And the electro lines are the same, but they need electronics. Okay. Right, so I think what we can do is set up. So we're going to buy. What do I want? Actually, we've got some open holes. What am I buying? So we've got a couple of spare open holes over here. You can move to here. There's the other one. Lost it. Right. Send you to there. One thing I can do is start to get the prefab in here. And what that will do is unlock the prefab production over here, which is a little bit congested. The other thing I probably could do also is this actually needs fuel. So we could start charging the... So where's my fuel distribution office? I think this is the one, isn't it? So what we can do is add you to here. And you're going to deliver fuel. And what's the fuel capacity here? 25 tons. So, oops, I've lost the link. And your job's going to be to keep this going at 90%. I am overloading this a little bit with fuel deliveries, but I don't think I've really got a lot of choice. Right. Are these guys here? Yep, thank you. Your job is now going to be to pick up from where are you? Here, and deliver to here. And you're going to pick up prefabs, and you're going to unload prefabs to 50%. And what that will do is get me, what, 200 odd tons of prefabs into here. I think that'd be more than enough to get my railway construction up and running. Let me just check over here. How's the roads going? Okay. I suppose I really should put you on auto detect, but I'm a little bit worried about that at the moment. Of course, what we can do now is push a road through here. Out this way. Just add you to this as well. And what we should be able to do is possibly get some more medium fields in here. We can get one very tightly packed in there. We're not going to get one on this side, are we? That's annoying. We can get one there. Can I get another one here? We get... I think if we put any up here, we'll go out on another road. So, I turn this way. Can I get? No, that's going to be too rough. So we'll put another medium field there, and what we'll do is we'll extend through there. Are we doing? Yeah, still's the limiting factor. So we're okay at the moment for the 30th of December. I'm just curious to see whether this is continuing. Yeah, there's no mechanisms on site, no workers, no mechanisms. That's probably due to the fact that the buses can't get out here. We're really going to need to start planning our new town up here. I don't think that's a priority at the moment. I think the priority is food and building a rail line so that we can start importing the iron directly. We've got the money. How are we doing here? Okay, this is being built. We need mechanical components. Let me just check, make sure they are. Oops, nope, where are they? Here. Now we got mechanical components. I think it's more of a delivery issue than anything else. But the problem is, if you build more construction sites, what will happen is that you will effectively spend all your money. How are we doing here? We got 260 food here. That's going well. Also, I want to build the money up so that I can buy the necessary vehicles to get that farm up and running. Okay, let me just get back over here. Apologies that I'm flipping everywhere at the moment. Where are you going? Oh, you servicing this road? I've got a feeling I'm just going to have to let the construction officers catch up with their jobs now. Otherwise, what's going to happen is these are going to get unnecessarily delayed. I mean, I could suspend this, but I would really like to get this finished. And what this actually needs is steel. Yep, steel is that surprise. I think these guys are, yeah, we've got 33 tons of prefabs in here already. We got any fuel? Yeah, we got a full load of fuel here. So we got at least 2 of the key components that we need for building rail track laid out. And if we can get this finished down to here, we will then be in a position to deliver the gravel. And then it just comes down to electronic components and steel. How's the population go? So the population's there. We've got another 73 over 21s, but there's not much I can do about it. I just can't keep expanding the city. In some ways, the city's becoming a victim of its own success. I mean, I think virtually all these buildings are there. Popped up. Let's have a look. When everyone's happy, and this is the actual population is 6,063. So where's I've lost 2,000 population, haven't I? If I look here, the population here is 2,000. The only thing I can think of is that this isn't covering the whole of this area here. So you can see this is thingy. Yeah, it's almost like this section of the city isn't part of that. Now, I've got absolutely no idea why. I mean, it could be down to the fact that this is a named area, but I can't actually see where the named area is. But then white text against a snow is probably not that good. Okay, so we've now got this built, so we're just going to connect that in, and we'll assign you to the. Oh, the Drayton Road crew's picked it up already, so you've got a couple of jobs. I wouldn't mind giving you an extra job over here just to try and fill in some of these roads here during this winter season. Yeah, I think I am going to push my luck a little bit. There's this trouble is it's very difficult to see what is actually. If we can get that built, so right, I think what we're going to do now is just going to have a little bit of a spot check with the city. Because what you can do is custom cells distance from camera. Where is it? So yeah, food is good. Food is good. Actually, just check the heating. So overall, it looks like no one's got a problem with living and working in the cold. It's all around 24 degrees centigrade, which is quite an adequate temperature for heating. Happiness, 99%, 100%. I think they're just too happy, aren't they? Government loyalty, 1%. I don't think the government loyalty is particularly that big an issue in the game, to be honest. Culture, not quite so good. How about over here? Yeah, 85%. Because what I should do is build a television station, but I'm not really ready for something like that. Sport, 88%. To be completely honest, it's very difficult to get very high sport and culture anyway. Have a computer, have a radio, which of course is electronics, they're not car owners. Yeah, close is a little bit low over this side. I think they're getting a little over here. They're getting a little bit far away from there. Let's just check to see what the close situation is. 2.61 tons. But you've got close in here. I mean, what's the supply here? You've got 30 tons of close there. Let's just check over here. 23 tons of electronics here. I'm wondering whether the electronics is actually flowing into here. See if anyone's got any complaints. Nope. I'm just a little bit worried about that level of clothes. Oh, they got 24 tons of clothes here. Of course, I've got my two little factories down here producing clothes and alcohol still. Let's just check. Yeah, so it looks like the food factory is gaining an edge. And the fuel situation is going. We're certainly going to need another source of fuel eventually, because the real problem is my queues. Although the queue seems to be a bit shorter than it normally is. Just get out here. So it looks like my shipping prefabs over to here is barely making a dent in this area here. We're up to 400,000 at the moment, which is good. How much do we want electro components? To bring in electro components, we're going to need a covered hole here, aren't we? We're going to have to import those. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy a covered hole, 0.35 of a ton. I want a reasonable amount of. That's 4.2 tons. That's probably a bit too much. That's 2.5 tons. Then again, if I buy a big amount of electro components, that will mean less trips to the customs office. That's 4.2 tons. This is 2.5 tons. This is 0.28 tons. This is 4.5 tons there. And if we buy you, right. Right, this is where it's going to get a little bit expensive. Okay. $14 tons. Right. What we're going to do is reduce you to 30% to start with. So what we're going to do is bring in one load of electro components into here, and then effectively stockpile it. I mean, that's going to really hit, because if I remember correctly, what's the price for electro components? Nearly 7,000 rubles for per ton. So 4 tons is going to be about 50,000 rubles when that actually moves in. And let me just take a look. What's the consumption rate? It's the wrong one. So say for example a reasonable amount of track. So because what we're gonna have to do is build out this way. So this is 1.3 tons just to do that section there. So yeah, it's the steel that's the problem. I don't really want to import steel anymore. I'd rather wait and let it go. Though we're on the 4th of February. If we're not careful, we're going to be running out of... Well, to be honest, if this is not ready, it's not ready. That's all I can say. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut the video here, because I can't do anything until this agro farmers built and the grain silo. So what I'll do is I'll just cut the video here, build on for a little while, and then I'll be right back to give you an update as and when this finishes. Okay, I'm back for a quick update. What's actually happened is we've now completed the grain storage here, and what I'm in a position now is to connect up some roads here. Okay, what we're going to do is allocate you to there. I would like to get these fields connected as well. I'm just going to assign you. I mean, it'd be really great to get at least some of these fields connected. And I think the other thing I'm also going to do is I'm going to create a and I think we'll stick with gravel for the moment. I'm just going to put a road up here to here, and then we'll just let that get built in its own. Assign that to the road crews as well. And what this will do is create another access road into here. Plus the fact is, when the time comes to asphalt through here, I'll have another kind of slip road to go through. Although I might not completely asphalt these roads. But you can see we're now pushing into February. Let me just see. This road's not finished. It's annoying. And my queues are getting longer here, which is, I think this is due to the fact that all the trucks which was slowed up by the snow have now managed to be able to get in very quickly. So I'm expecting a certain amount of a rush now on my expenses. And this is something you do need to be aware of when spring comes. If you are hitting the custom shed here very hard, one of two things can happen. Is if you're exporting a lot, you can get a sudden rush of funds, and if you're actually importing a lot, you can get a sudden drop in funds. But that's the way it goes. So what I'm going to do now is cut the video again, and I'll be right back once this is nearly built. Okay, welcome back. We've now got our farm up and running, so we're just going to assign what fields we can do. I don't think we can assign those because we don't have the roads. Let me just do this. Okay, we've got no free excavator. Thank you, game. And what we're going to do is buy what's the best tractors? Speed 24, 24, 27. I'm not sure why this tractor. I mean, I think we'll buy a couple of these, and we don't need to worry about the harvesting. What we need to do is just get our tractors out, and what we're going to do is, oops, no mud footpaths, we want mud roads. We're just going to have to go straight for the mud roads. Right, we've now got our excavator back, so we're just going to get you into there. And then we'll assign you. So that one and that one. And I think that's probably all the fields we're going to be able to do in this part. And what we need to do now is get our expansion constructor working on that distribution office, because we need to get this finished before the harvest starts. And then of course what we're going to do now is get our other crew back working on this area here, and you're built. We could probably need another tower built, so we're just gonna add that to there so you guys can work on that. And what we will do is put the expansion contractor onto that, and that is looking pretty good now. We got a little bit of steel left over. What actually happened was we had a little bit of a surge of steel production here because the dumper trucks could move a little bit quicker. I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we'll carry on working on this conveyor belt. Hopefully the farm will become fairly productive, Of course, we need our distribution offers working. We've got the money, so we're doing okay. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.